Do we look at the Saber one or do we look at the Lancer one? I think we'll save the best for last, right? So we gotta go in the order here. Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay, we don't have the... Yeah, it's fucking wiki. We can take a look at the skill set at the very least. So, what do you got cooking for skills? So, since it's gray, you know, they kind of have to make it similar to her original kit. I mean, I hope it's better, so let's see. Much like her OG self, they got the Buster and Arts 3 times, Invuln 2 times, 3 turns. Again, you know, nothing too crazy there. I mean, solid skill, but again, awkward with the Invuln. The defensive buff with the offensive buff, right? It's a little awkward there. MP damage with an attack. So that's multiplicative together. Undead or servant. Damage for 20%. Okay. I mean, I think that's an okay skill. Wait, what? Technically, these two aren't out yet, and there's NPCs, so no picks really. These are NPC kits. Wait, these are not official? Oh, really? Okay, so like, we had to take these with a grain of salt. We don't know for a fact. We don't know for a fact that these are gonna be the official skills or not, huh? I mean, for all I know, when they come out, their skills could be different. Here's an NPC support in the latest time guide. Okay. Well then, I would assume these are gonna be the actual skill set, right? You expect them to be official? They're just not recruitable right now? Yeah. Unless for some reason they give them like another... Like they give them a skill buff. Mid-event. I don't know. Yo, what's up, Toms? How you doing, bro? How you doing, my man? Good to see you. No artificial. Gotcha. Just more charged than Assassin Grind and more involved than Assassin Grind. Yeah, as far as improvements go, like, I mean, more charge is infinitely better, and just better defense, so... Like, 30% battery, I mean, and then charges own MP by 10 turns every 3 turns. That's fucking bare bones what you need to farm, really, right? Because, let me see... Dude, that's a really good passive. What the fuck? That's a really good passive. Oh, it's single target though. Okay, I thought it was AoE. I thought Lancer version was AoE. Okay, single target. Okay. I mean, the boss killer, that's kind of good. Remove defensive boss form from one enemy. Activate first. That's a pretty good effect. Not gonna lie. You know how I feel about removing damage before, removing buffs before damage. Oh, and the buff block. That's, damn, bro. That's pretty strong. And then a flat charge. And then you get ramp up MP damage. I mean, not gonna lie. And Gray can Buster Brave Chain. Dude. I mean, this is immediately a massive improvement upon OG Gray. This is a massive improvement. Like, this is like everything that you need for like a single target DPS, really. This is everything you need. Right? Like, yeah, sure, there's like the undead niche, but now she can use against servants. This is amazing, not gonna lie. She's actually, from what I'm seeing here, with the ramp up damage, a bunch of charge, she has ways to charge for herself. Buff block, removing defensive buffs. I mean, this is just an immediate improvement. I think this is very good. I think this is very good. I am pretty impressed with this kit, not gonna lie. Yo, what's up, Yotsuki? How you doing? You know how many more hours till Annie comes out? That's next reset, apparently. Yeah, reset happened now. So next reset, we are getting the maintenance, and then we're gonna get anniversary. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Right? Yeah, 20 more hours to go. But yeah, I'm liking, so kit wise, I'm liking the Lancer one already. Right? I wish the original gray was this good. Right? But of course, you know, it is what it is. So, that being said, Saber. Is Saber, I'm wondering, is Saber the same? Yeah. Gray's power creeping herself. Or rather, the gray buff, the real gray buff was Gray Lily this entire time, right? So, how many cards are we getting? I believe we're getting like a free multi, right? If we haven't gotten that already. Okay, so Saber Gray has a different... Okay, because, okay, it makes sense, because, like, Lancer has the Lancer deck, Saber has the Saber deck. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so it's a slightly different skill set from what I'm seeing here. Instead of Invuln, it's debuff immunity. Now, depending on what you need, yeah, sometimes debuff immunity would be better, right? But now you're lacking hard defense in this case. Right? That's the trade-off here. Unless, like, you get Invuln in your second skill, maybe? Okay, no, it's different. So, it's MP damage, attack, and crit. Damn, okay. From what I'm seeing here, by the way, it just seems like they're making Saber Gray like glass cannon offense, like just absolutely glass cannon, a crit Saber, and then 30% battery again. Same thing with the MP per turn. And star regen rather, which synergizes with the crit. So again, I would say now the trade-off being this is a lot more offensive than defensive, but like honestly, in most like challenge quest runs, I think you want the full and offensive, right? A lot more, I would say. Because you can make up the defense with like Merlin and whatnot, you know. So, I still think like Saber Gray's I like this playstyle a lot more. I like more offense. I like the crit stuff, you know. But that's nothing against Lancer. Lancer is good too. They're both pretty good. Not gonna lie, they're both pretty good. Oh my god, you got the... Oh, wow. Increase... What? Increase MP generation of Buster cards? That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I mean, it's a 3-hit. Okay, I mean, I don't know. If you're doing like a Might Chain, does that even help? Yeah, I mean, they're both compatible, right? Yeah, they're both compatible with the double Korskaya Oberon setups here. Oh, and it's AoE. Okay, so Saber's a farmer more so than Lancer in this case. Still removing defensive buffs and charge zone gauge. But the overcharge, not gonna lie, this overcharge, it sucks. It kind of sucks. Because, of course, Undead's niche is fuck, so yikes. That's a bit of a downgrade in comparison to Lancer in this case. Damn. That being said, I mean, like, you know, Saber's still good. I think Lancer has a slight edge. Maybe. I think a slight edge here. In this case, they're still, again, don't get me wrong, they're both welfares are actually pretty good. Kit wise, from what I'm saying, Saber's a lot more offensive. not defensive, and then like a Lancer's a lot more like disruptive and like inflicting more debuffs and whatnot, you know. So yeah, buff wipes too. Yeah, defensive buff wipes. I would prefer the buff block. Like the buff block is actually like pretty strong. Like removing defensive buffs and then buff blocking so that they can't even like spam like invulns or like evades and whatnot. Like that's yeah. Saber's a lot more offensive with that booty short. She sure is. That's one way to put it. Yeah. The only critique I have for Saber Gray is just the fact that her overcharge is not as good as Lancer, in my opinion. It's not as good. It's more niche, of course. So, and then yeah, no hard defense is like another aspect too. But like, sometimes you need to debuff immunity more, right? So, if I had to pick one, I'm still sticking to Saber, right? Like it's just a preference, like character-wise, design-wise. As much as I think Lancer has like a slight edge, kit-wise. So, pick Lancer for Grand Duel, pick Saber if can get Logras, I guess so, yeah. Yeah, so those are my thoughts about Grey Lily in general, both of them. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. So this servant is the newest, what? Fucking femboy? The latest femboy servant, it looks like here. Ass... I was gonna call... It's another ass... No. Ascalaphus. Ascalaphus. He's not a femboy? Why does he look like one then? Why the fuck does he look like a femboy? Showed up, might be too tall. I have no idea. I'm just looking at it from the surface here. Ascalaphus. Ascalaphus? Ascalaphus? I see an A there, so I was like Ascalaphus. Right there, see? Ascalaphus. But yeah, how's it going, Windier? Hope you're doing well. Also, Hentai Man Messiah. Hope you're doing well as well. So, let's see. Let's see what this servant does. Evade. Party-wide evade. 210 for 3 turns. So just a straight up, like, stronger version of Tristan and David. Okay, I like that. I like that, not gonna lie. You got the young appearance. Same thing, right? Star Bomb. Against stars, right? Star Bomb 20 stars. Alright. Alright. Pretty standard Star Bomb, not gonna lie. Terror. Terror's not reliable. So it's just like it's just flavor, right? It's just flavor on the skill. I would not rely on Terror whatsoever necessarily, right? Unless they have something here that makes Terror more like, I guess, reliable. So I'm assuming here anyway. Insta-kill. Bro, are you trying to make like, are you trying to make insta-kill comps work here unironically? I honestly, I don't know, man. I think this is a meme. This is a meme debuff. Yeah, it's more insta-kill memes, so okay, sure. And then reducing crit chance. I mean, again, underrated debuff. I think it's a good one. And then self-charge 3%. Okay. As far as I'm seeing skill-wise, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, some of the debuffs are kind of whatever, right? Like the crit chance down is the one that you're going to be looking at it. Oh, and also, what is this? Oh, it's 40% chance. Wait, what is this? Oh, 40% chance to activate. Okay. Alright, alright. But yeah, I don't know. I would just be looking at the crit chance down more so than anything else here, and the self charge, of course, star bomb and all that. The debuffs are kind of whatever in my opinion. Second skill charges parties, arts, performance 3 turns, 20%. Charge parties MP by 20%, and then drain all enemies gauge by 1. That can be pretty good. This is a pretty good skill. Yeah, 50% self-charge. It's a split charge, but 50% overall. So, if you're using any 50% starting CE, like Dragon's Meridian, if you're using, I assume this guy's kind of a support, right? Yeah, that's great. AoE drain's great. Arts performance, you know, it's pretty good. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far with the second skill. I think, yeah, it's definitely way better than what I'm seeing here, in my opinion. Third skill. Huh? Grant one ally. Okay, guts. What the fuck? 3 times 3 turns? Dude. I'm immediately thinking of Hijikata for some reason, right? I wonder why. No, it says the best guts. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, but like, the difference is that, dude, this is a targetable guts. So I'm giving this servant an edge over Nero because, like, it's a targetable 3 times 3 turns guts. That's super strong, man. Yeah. Now it's even more. Now it's even more reliable for fucking Arash, huh? Increase their buff removal resistance. Dude. This is the de facto best support with buff removal resistance in the game. I think so, right? Because like before, I think it was not Santa Gale. I think this servant's just the best, right? Actually, no, never mind. I forgot. Summer Tiamat has it too, so I think that's probably still debatable, right? No, Summer Tiamat has buff removal resistance, but this is still pretty strong, I would say. Increase their own attack. Oh man, MP damage. Of course, why the fuck not? You know, standard. And increasing their charge. A standard 50% charge. So we're talking about. Oh my god. Wait, this servant? Wait. Are you telling me this servant, if he wanted to? Because if this guy's a damage dealer, he could just 100% charge himself? What the fuck? 70% charge? Dude, this guy's like the best charger in the game, right? This guy just one-upped Oberon. What's up, Ninja Kit Kat? How you doing, man? Yeah, now I can see why BB calls him Oberon 2.0. And then, oh, what the heck? Dude, what is the merit though? Okay, so it's a delayed debuff for 3 turns though. It ignores guts. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so the trade-off with this is that it will insta-kill them after 3 turns. He's not Arts Oberon, but, you know, I can kind of see why people would think so. Because of that, like, god-awful demerits. It's, like, similar but not the same, you know what I mean? Like yeah, I can see why, because, like, yeah, once it hits, it's really bad, but, you know. Just raw charges? Yeah, they both, like, have disgustingly large amount of charge. And their buffs are pretty good. Yeah, so this is the case where you want to use that third skill. Like, same thing with Oberon, by the way. You want to use that third skill wisely. And in the min turn, by the way, in the min turn scenario, I mean, if you can do this shit in like 3 turns, it doesn't even matter, right? So, very interesting. It's on a 10 turn cooldown, so yeah, you definitely. I feel like this guy's like a setup servant, definitely. Yeah. Well, I assume this guy's a damage dealer, right? Let me see. Like, this guy's all about the insta-kill. Insta-kill success rate? Is this... Dude. Does this guy unironically work against the QP... The QP node and Ordeal Call? Because the insta-kill stuff? Like, does he... Is he as good as Oberon? Or not Oberon, Doman. Probably not, right? Well, let's see. Okay, he's a damage dealer. Damn, bro. Arts can power through waves with 1 or 2 enemies. OG Nero can farm with this art setup now. Damn, bro. Holy shit, bro. I mean, not gonna lie, this is power creep. I think it's better in Doman. Really? I think... Yeah, I mean... Let me see... let's talk about the MP, though, right? AoE MP, insta-kill, and then even more insta-kill chance in Hell's Battlefield. But the problem is that this servant doesn't, like, bring up Hell's Battlefield by himself, so it kind of sucks there, but... Yeah, this guy's an Ards Doman. Yeah. Well, the overcharge here deals extra... Okay, alright. Scratch that. Now I can see this skill being a bit more... Okay, alright. See, I was like, it's a meme, but I guess in this case it's not really a meme because you do more damage if they have the insta-kill resistance down. I wish a certain other Hassan had this kind of overcharge. I swear if they buff King Hassan, this should be his, like, overcharge or something like that. That would be amazing, bro. I mean, it'll be great, right? Right? I mean, it's probably an obvious buff. They probably won't give it to him, but anyway. That's besides the point here. I guess that, yeah, you know. But that's assuming you can land the debuff, so... Yeah, how good is... So, like, this guy can farm, I would assume. MP refund's fine? Okay. So, this guy can farm. This guy can do support. This guy can do a lot. I mean, as far as I'm seeing... Probably... Like, this feels like the whole dynamic... This really feels like the Koenskaya Oberon dynamic all over again. Because it just seems like, oh, I would probably use this guy with freaking Erd, right? Like, I don't know. That's what it feels like. So... Except, I'd probably still use Oberon, though. Because, honestly, I still think Oberon's better overall. Because, like, his third skill is just stupidly broken for, like, farming, right? But this guy... I can see some good usage for the guts, though. Yeah, I think Oberon is still better. But, like, that's not to say that this guy's bad. This guy is pretty fucking strong. I'll tell you that. Like, a very, very strong guts. You just gotta be mindful of the demerits. So, like, in min turns, just use it at the right time, right? If it's a 3 turn, you can burn it right away, right? Probably, right? But... Or, you know what? Actually, you can probably use this guy with Oberon. Because the MP damage is there anyway, right? You could use this guy with Oberon anyway. Yeah, what why not just why just use Oberon? We can have both of them. This guy's a non 3/3x nodes in my opinion. Yeah, I can see some interesting farming comps even more now. Like, I mean, this is just power creep for farming comps now. Like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do with the farming comps? This is gonna be interesting to see. I'm 100% rolling for this guy, at least for the sake of like that third skill is interesting to me, right? I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm farming with this guy, right? I'm picking him up specifically for his skill set, much like the previous servant Urd, right? So top 5, I think. For like this year on JP, when this hits on NA in like 2 years, this guy's top 5 for sure. It's just crazy that this is like back to back though. 70% charge is insane. Arts keeps on winning. I mean, shit. And now Arts has freaking cooldown reduction. I mean, what more could you want, right? JP knows everyone, and their mom already has Bomb 50 Castor, so they have to make a side grade. They gotta fight. I mean, they gotta. Again, they gotta make money somehow, right? So they gotta bring like the next evolution of farming into the game. So quicken Mariana's Trench for now. Azazel for now. I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't think they completely forgot about Quick. I think Quick will get their turn eventually, right? Might not be this year, might not be next year. It could be in 3 years for all I know. But I know for a fact, like they're eventually gonna give Quick their well-deserved comeback, without doubt, right? Like Summer Scotty's probably like she's the closest that we'll ever get to like Quick being like very, very strong. And it has improved Quick in some ways, right? But still, I think Quick still deserves like another support. That's freaking nuts. Have you looked at the lilies yet? Yeah, we did. Yeah, I looked at both welfares. Both. So, in a nutshell, both gray lilies are really good. Kit wise, very solid. I think Saber's a lot more glass cannon and more risky to use than Lancer. Lancer's more debuff disruptive oriented because of the way her MP works with the buff block and the debuffs, right? And then Saber's more crit DPS oriented, right? So I guess it just depends on your playstyle, what you prefer, right? And not to mention that Lancer is single target and Saber's AoE. So just pick whichever one you need. If you're more in need of a single target Lancer, then yeah, she can fulfill that role pretty well. If you need an AoE Saber, she can fulfill that role too. So just pick whichever one you need. Otherwise, it's a preference. Right? Like, if you like the Saber one because of she looks cuter that way, because in my opinion, she does. I like her design in Saber form that much more, so I'm picking Saber form immediately. Lancer is much more well-rounded. Saber is basically made to farm. Basically. Yeah, I think Lancer is going to be... Like, Lancer is going to be very solid at, like, boss killing. And I guess even 90++ farming, right? Maybe? I don't know. Like, if you probably need her there. Like, Lancer has the better overcharge, by the way, because of the ramp up MP damage. That's my main critique as well. Is that Saber has a worse overcharge. Technically, the first AoE Saber welfare, by the way. What? Technically, the first. No, what? I'm pretty sure that went to Artoria Lily, no? Saber Lily. Because she was a welfare before she got added to, like, the friend point gacha. Yeah. Like, unless you want to count her out because she's in the friend point gacha. But, like, I still count her. Gonna go to bed. Good night. Alright, Iron Valiant, thanks for being here as always. Yeah. Have a good rest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Saber Lily's the first one. But anyway. Or does she is the first one? But yeah, so, again, to reiterate, this guy, overall, very, very good skill set. MP, I mean, you know, it's whatever. It's like Sky, it's like Oberon. If you need to farm with them, they can do the job. But, like, their support aspect, just, like, it just shines that much better, right? Insane charge. Insane amount of charge. Definitely at least in the top 5, if not top 3, to roll for JP right now. Right? I still think Erd is above this guy though. Right? Erd is like above based on her skill set. Like the cooldown reduction is actually like insane. On an arts comp, cooldown reduction is nuts, bro.